incident was about, and, get into further discussions and.
You might need to just lay some foundation that this witness can say
Right.
what's on the
Well,
video.
I also want a representation from this witness, from Attorney Bauer, that this is the raw video and not an edited video.
This is the raw video, it's an excerpt, I mean, there's hours and hours of it.
No.
Your Honor, if I can clarify, this is an excerpt from a video that's on YouTube. The information at the bottom has been added for identification purposes for the court. The label where it comes from, what the source is. Aquapine Parking Force is the YouTube user. Travis Hobbs at Tax Robin Hood is the name as listed on YouTube, and that's the website. The first image that you saw, and we can go back, is a screenshot of the YouTube page where this was located.
Just so we're clear about this, beyond that particular section, there's been no further editing or splicing of the video. Is that a description?
That's correct.
So, can we show the videotape?
Wait, Your Honor, the representation would be, and maybe you can bring another witness here who actually took the video, that this is an edited video taken from the raw video. This is not the original raw video.
I take it this is gonna, again, I think we're, I'm not sure how long this excerpt is.
About 5 minutes?
Your Honor, this is a 5-minute section from a larger video. I don't recall exactly off the top of my head how long the video was, but there is material before and material after. And this is simply a section of the video. Under Rule 1006, when we have voluminous documentary evidence in digital form, picture form, we can provide the court with a summary of that evidence through an excerpt. That's what this is.
Wait, this is, well, this, again, I think we need to have testimony from the person who did this video and put it onto YouTube. Because I understand that testimony is going to be, this is more, that this is an excerpt from an edited video. And that the edited video itself comes from a raw video, which would presumably be the best evidence here. Am I correct?
Correct.
So, I mean, and I don't understand how counsel for the defendant, counsel for the plaintiff here, who has had no access to this video except through YouTube, is in a position to testify as to what it represents or what it doesn't represent.
I'm not testifying as to what it represents or doesn't represent.
It's an
This is
excerpt.
simply information as to where the video was located.
I know, but I'm not even at this point objecting to the caption. I'm saying the substance of this is an excerpt from a edited version of a raw video. And I think at least we'd like the opportunity to make sure that this is in fact, does not distort what actually occurred before we talk about admissibility or before it's shown to the
Well,
witness.
let me ask you this. Have you seen this video?
No.
Okay. So the counsel has not shown this to the witness in advance?
The answer is yes. She did see the video. It was on my iPhone.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. A few others. All right.
You didn't see
I
it on the
can't
screen.
tell by just looking at that one part.
Does the video fairly inaccurately depict what took place during a portion of the encounter?
Yes.
I thought her testimony was she didn't see most of it. She was walking away.
Well, I think that's subject to cross-examination. I'm going to allow it, and then we seriously we do need to move this proceed. We're not even finished with the first witness, so we'll play it, and I don't know how much longer you have, Attorney Bauer, but if it's more than a minute or two, I don't know if there's going to be further recross-examination by either defendant. So we'll conclude this witness, and then we'll move on. But yes, you can play it subject to it being authenticated by the witness.
Could I object briefly?
Yes.
This video is admittedly the edited version, and everyone's acknowledged that much, but the raw video also, I'm not sure if this video does, but I know the raw video shows the individual that was pictured in picture number 15 having a conversation with the individual testifying and her colleague. So I think that shows some background that happened minutes before, whatever this video might describe. So I just think if this is going to be showed, it's relevant to show the backstory, to show it wasn't just a spur of the incident kind of thing. To show that there was
I
knowledge.
can even offer proof in that we're on run, redirect examination, I feel like we're kind of heading down a tangent. What's so critical about this video that needs to be shown by council this time?
This was several days ago, this was several days ago. It encounters Lynn as well as Jane trying to do their jobs. There's a confrontation, you've heard some testimony about, or some questions about from Mr. Ayers and testimony. And this is going to show the escalation of what has been going on the street. And unfortunately, the encounter several days ago that involves these two people trying to do their job and an encounter with a citizen that they had nothing to do with, and Mr. Colson and Mr. Garrett Healy. And this is fair and accurate.
I'm gonna allow it, and I'm also gonna allow if there's additional portions of that the defendants want to offer to put it in more context. Certainly, I'll give them latitude to offer that as well. The objections overruled. We'll see.
Thank you.
The large man is saying he's going to smash the camera. Just wanted to inform you guys.
Don't talk to us. Just
Well,
wait for
it says in your employment protocol when someone's making criminal threats, you're supposed to assist the public.
this for you then.
You only got 3 minutes. Do you not have a life room? You got 100 minutes away from these girls.
Is that a threat? What does that mean? What are you saying?
Just saying, why do you got harassment? You got a life.
What does harassment mean? What are you alleging?
You won't leave them alone. Clearly they don't want you to be take the phone and invite you here to ask you.
I've only gotten that response from one of the enforcers.
You leave them alone, straight up. You want to be followed, right? Say that right in the camera. I do not want to be followed.
I don't want to be followed, but you know.
I hope I see your ass on the video.
These are the supporters of the city of Keene.
I'm a Keene citizen. You're just
Yeah, me too.
being Keene.
We have the same rights. We're equals. You don't have more rights than I do.
Stand up for myself, dude. If you're standing up for myself and you're smashing that camera over your head, then so be it.
Threatening violence against people is not standing up for yourself.
I'm just gonna walk away.
That's right. That's what you're going to do is walk away.
You don't need to worry about your fucking.
Leave him alone. That's the door. I'm glad I'm so quick. Yeah. No spice head can catch me. I will say this. I'm uploading this video to the internet. I think it proves assault on myself and Graham. So if the prosecutor, yes, he ran after me and threw something at me, and I ran off this way, and then after he, the Travis guy, the big guy.
I don't know who these four. I was physically going.
Oh, we got attacked by some gang of kids.
I don't know who these kids are, but,
Oh, I know. You know who's the last?
You know, I just don't need to be that guy who cooperated with the police and get choked in some back alley with it.
I mean,
Again, in a free society, absolutely.
the way I am is, you know, I'll go back here to 10th century, but if you don't care, why should I?
See, here's the thing, I do care, I have enough people, okay, I'm just, can you hear me out for a second? I'm just saying I have enough people that already have issues with me, that I don't need to be called a snitch too.
It's because I turned down the Bob Marley I shake.
So Lynn, you were part of that encounter, weren't you? You have to verbalize.
Yes,
Who else was part of that encounter of the named defendants?
here Ian initially,
Garrett Eaton was the videographer,
yes,
and who was the other person who,
well,
Pardon me?
Really Graham Colson,
did you put up these citizens, these other kids or other people to do any of that?
no,
That been one of the most harrowing days of your job experience?
that was upsetting.
Nothing further.
All right, you know, since the portion of the video that preceded what we saw involved a conversation between yourself and Travis, and I'm not sure was your colleague present with that as well? There was a conversation had in the median in that center area.
Not initially, no.
So before the video started, had you minutes before talked with that individual who assaulted?
He approached me when I was in the middle section of Main Street, right across from the Church Street.
Right. Can you give a brief recount of what the conversation was about?
What he was telling me,
Sure.
no, I have no idea. There was another woman in front of me that I know and have for years I was talking to, and he came up from behind me and was saying, hey, 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 and she left, so I turned around and he started talking to me about, I really wasn't listening. I was still thinking about what I had just talked to her, and then Jane came across from the EF Lane side to the middle section where we were, and she asked me if I knew this guy, and I said, no, I don't know him. And then Mr. Ian was there with his camera, and I said this was a private conversation. And then this gentleman here, this big younger guy, started talking and asked him to go away. And he started videoing and to stay away, and he stayed. And then I said to Jane, let's leave. Let's get out of here and cross the street. And we crossed the street and started down Church Street.
So the limited conversation, as you're saying, you were around with that individual, was it, I mean, he wasn't talking about the weather or sports, he was talking about the activities in that area, is that correct?
I don't know.
You don't recall?
No.
You don't recall if he was hostile or?
No, he wasn't hostile, but I don't recall any specific things that he said. He was just kind of leaning
So
there
you-
on the meter.
You acknowledge that he asked Gary Ian to stop filming and to move away, correct?
Right.
And then minutes later, as y'all headed east down Church Street, and with Garrett and Graham east of you and these other individuals around you,
No. Not
They-
around us.
they were nearby by following,
Behind by a few minutes.
did, so you didn't sense any hostility before, what made you leave that scene?
The words that were passed back and forth, we remove ourselves, perhaps they'll go away.
So that was the first time over by the parking garage that you had any inkling that there was any hostility between that individual levied at some of the folks, levied at Garrett and Graham? That was the first time you had any inkling that he might have some hostility?
When they came up behind us after we reached the garage and voices started escalating, yeah, then I was thinking, well, wait a minute, this is too much. I was just, or we, and I asked Jane to come with me, was just trying to get away, hoping they would disperse. If we weren't there, what was the point? And it